Thank you for joining us for Devstream 112. We have some housekeeping to get through. We have an agenda slide today.
That's our agenda?
Kind of.
That's a pretty light agenda.
I was going to say, that's like very light.
About as light as Warframe content in the past 3 months.
It's like we're compensating for something.
We have a poster to show for the quest. Not only is this, if you don't know who Ballas is,
Warframe!
Ballas will be at TennoCon. We have the voice actor of Ballas coming to TennoCon. We're not really talking about it, we're just letting you guys know that we won't be doing any major updates until this is released. There will be hotfixes by necessity only.
Yep, we're going turtle mode.
Oh, goody.
Separately moddable exalted weapons. So this is a huge discussion topic internally. And well, the first fears everyone had when we showed this was, wow, it's going to take way more forma to make anything as comparable as it is now. So we want to make sure you guys understand what we're going to do when this comes so that you can sort of have clarity on our goals to make sure those things don't happen.
Do we have clarity on our goals?
Well, we have discussion points.
You guys are going to love it.
Yes, we will give you polarities by default. And right now, if you're using Mesa, you mod your secondary and you mod your Mesa, and you can sort of use those two things together to optimize your Peacemaker build. Yep. In this case, it's on paper. If you're modding, you don't need to. Well, you still want to mod your secondary weapons for other.
But they can mod it separately for a
Yes.
different purpose versus trying to make their exalted weapon better.
Exactly.
So this separation allows for greater customization of their build, but is also going to potentially increase the investment that is required for that build.
Yep.
Potentially.
Wowwoos wants to know if we're ever going to be able to place NPCs as decorations.
I do remember this exact thing came up when we were working on this dojo update that had all this stuff, and a couple people on the team were afraid that there would be like inappropriate content.
Of course there will be.
And we were doing some digging, and we found a whole bunch of cool melee weapons that we're thinking might be scheduled in the future with the melee rework, just to give you guys a whole bunch of new toys to play with when the melee stuff comes live.
You went digging.
I posted publicly.
Well, if we had NPCs, we're going to need toys to play with. So let's.
Who let the dogs out?
So how does this? What stance does this use?
I don't know.
Very nice.
So very return to Tenno tradition.
Yes, this is very Tenno, very
That feels like a heavy blade.
electro sword.
So this one's been in progress for quite some time, and it's a giant heavy.
This is the heavy blade.
Yeah.
Whoa. Kill a kill.
No.
We don't have a lot to show you today, but we do have a new Warframe.
We do. Let's start with the original concept we got
Okay.
from Keith.
Okay.
Aesthetically, it's deep, but aesthetically, it's sentient. So
Well, yeah, it was actually inspired by the Eidolon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is sort of this frame in Captura on the plains of Eidolon, perhaps.
Oh, where's his effects?
They're very subdued in the, because Steve asked them to turn him down.
I didn't say turn them off.
So his name in code is Vlad because he is going to be sort of an affliction vampire themed Warframe. And his whole kit is built around his one, which is his basic marking. So right now you're going to see a familiar icon. It's Ash's. Oops, I died. Level 2. What you would do if you're great at playing Vlad is you'd put on your 2 first, which is your sentient pact. This means that anyone that damages you gets stunned, and you can get a free mark on them. So while enemies are marked, they can't take damage, much like Nick's mind control target. But the way this affliction works, much like vampirism, is it builds. So you can turn your mindless drones in.
I like that you keep referring to vampirism like it's a real thing.
I'm a vampire. I can prove it. You got a gun. You got a gun. Fuck off.
The state that they are in, they're all what we call final afflictions. So they're all fully yours to control. And when they die, they explode, which is really exciting.
Isn't it technically charmed?
So I'm going to get him for free. And now he's a mindless drone. But if I get him again, he's going to turn into an affliction. So he's inflicting the rest of these guys. And now they're all mine to control. And they will explode on death. So a good way of using all this together with the ultimate, which is a mass sleep spell, is they all go down and they will explode on death. And I don't have any damage yet, but again, passing through enemies will give you their health and shields. We're going to be here. We're going to be updating. We got stuff coming for you guys down the
We
road.
got cool events and cool Twitch drops and things like
Yep.
that.
But as always, games are for the fun and playing, so we'll be here. That sentence made no sense. And the prerequisite to play the sacrifice is be at least smarter than Jeff. So, because he could.
Because games
To
are
get through
fun. What are the games are for the fun and play?